Good afternoon. It's 3:01 on Tuesday, January 13th, 2026. I'd like to call the Sarpy County Board of Equalization meeting to order. All commissioners are present, along with Chief Administrative Officer Bonnie Moore, myself, Tabitha Bellucci, representing the County Clerk and Register of Deeds, Treasurer Jeff Mikesell, and Assessor Dan Pittman. I will be acting as Board Chairman until a new one is elected. Please silence all cell phones and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Commissioner Mixon is absent. A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the north wall of the county boardroom. We will now open for public comment if anyone would like to address the Board of Equalization. Seeing none, we will move to the first agenda item, 3.1, Resolution 2026-15, Election of Chairman of the Sarpy County Board of Equalization for calendar year 2026.
I'd like to nominate Don Kelly as chairman of the Sarpy County Board of Equalization for 2026.
Second.
Mr. Kelly, did you get?
Yes.
Okay. Motion pass.
Carried? I didn't hear you.
Motion carried, yeah.
Oh, thanks. I was worried there for a minute. Okay. Does anybody want to come forward and address the board on the equalization, anything? If not, we'll get right into the consent agenda. We have two items. Unless commissioners want to see one of those moved, we'll take a vote or a motion to approve as published.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Second. Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Mr. Kelly, a vice chair needs to be
Yeah, I'll do
elected
that.
before.
Is the vote done?
If you do it before the consent, please.
Okay. Yeah, I apologize, but I neglected the person that nominated me to be the chairman. I'm sorry about that, Commissioner Klug, but David Klug will serve as the vice chairman for the coming year. So congratulations, David.
Thank you, Don.
And then if you want to recall consent.
I don't think that requires a vote,
Nope.
No, it does not.
but we are standing by to vote on the consent agenda.
Yes. And who motioned? I'm sorry.
Klug motioned and Burmeister seconded.
Commissioner Warren. Motion passed.
Okay, on the regular agenda, we have tax corrections 17711 through 17723. Do any of the commissioners have any questions for our county assessor, Dan Pittman?
Motion to approve. Second.
Okay, we have a motion by Commissioner Warren, a second by Commissioner Klug. Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, there's no need for an executive session, and all agenda items have been addressed as published, and the Board of Equalization is adjourned.
The time is now 3:06 PM. I'm calling to order the Board of Commissioners meeting. All commissioners are present, Gary Mixon is absent, along with Chief Administrative Officer Bonnie Moore, myself, Tabitha Bellucci, representing the County Clerk and Register of Deeds, Treasurer Jeff Meixel. I will be acting as Board Chairman until a new one is elected. I would like to open for public comments if anyone wishes to address the Board of Commissioners. Seeing none, we will move on to our first agenda item, 2.1, Resolution 2026-14, Election of Chairman of the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners for calendar year 2026.
I move that Don Kelly be chairman of the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners for calendar year 2026.
Second.
Motion pass.
Great, thank you. David Klug will once again be the vice chairman for me on the Board of Commissioners for the coming year. So congratulations, David.
Thank you, Don.
We do have some committee assignments that I will put in the record and share with the commissioners separately, but we'll all be doing additional duties throughout the year, and looking forward to making an impact on some of those committees that we serve on. Before we get to commissioners' comments, does anybody from the public want to come forward and address the board? Okay, then we'll get right into commissioners' comments by starting my year as the chairman by throwing an audible here, and I'm going to ask all the commissioners to join me at the podium. So this is a little unusual because usually when I come to the podium, it's in response to something that we published and made part of the public record. But we didn't want to ruin the surprise because we were afraid the honoree wouldn't show up. So the reason we're up here today is because we're going to honor a great public servant. Someone that's career at Sarpy County has spanned 50 years of service. And if you think about how remarkable that is for just a second, okay? 50 years of public service and decades of service as an elected official. That's not something you're going to see very often, if ever, probably again in your lifetime. It's just absolutely remarkable. That person is Deb Hoteling, our county clerk. And after 50 years of service, she's finally going to enjoy the fruits of her labor and enter into retirement. We couldn't be happier for her. This is no ordinary career, obviously. She's worked with 40 different commissioners. 40 different commissioners in her years as an elected county clerk. And I won't put her on the spot. Only Deb knows who her favorite commissioner is. Well, actually, Deb and I both know, but she's done a remarkable job guiding. I mean, for those of you that don't know, the county clerk is like the person that keeps the county board in line, make sure all our correspondence is done, make sure all our legalese stuff gets done, make sure we sign all the proper documents. I mean, without the county clerk's office, the board would be lost. And to provide that service for 40 different individuals over her decades of service is just remarkable. You don't spend 5 decades in public service without having a passion for public service. A little while ago, when I walked in, and it was great that we had Leadership Sarpy here. And I got a chance to talk to him about, what public service is all about and why it's so important to me. But I can't even imagine being able to do that for such a long and sustained career that was marked not only by incredible service, but the support that she gave to not only the commissioners, but the citizens of Sarpy County will be renowned forever. I mean, she has basically turned an office that was typewriters and stubby pencils into a well-oiled machine of efficiency, of technology, and of customer service that, bar none, is the best in the state of Nebraska. She modernized all our record systems. She modernized all our office automation. She also took on more roles and responsibilities. She opened up a passport office and I don't even know exactly what the genesis of it was, but I do know that I've stood in line at a post office waiting to get my picture taken for hours on end to get a passport, and it wasn't great service. She has modernized it to the point where people are in and out of here just like that, and it provides a much needed service to our constituents, and it also brings revenue back into county government that we can plow back into other services. It's one thing for me to tell you how great Deb is, but it's not just me. It's all the state. I mean, she's been recognized at all levels, at local, at the Nebraska Association of County Officials, at the state level. Everyone's recognized her leadership over the years, and that's just a testament to her work ethic, to her knowledge, and to her desire to serve others. Deb, I can't say how thankful we are for your service. And as a board, I can tell you collectively, we wish you nothing but happiness and success in your well-deserved retirement.
I won't be here to yell at you anymore either.
I'd like to give the commissioners, other commissioners, just a chance to say a few words if they'd like. And then we're going to read a proclamation into the record that honors Deb's 50 years of service.
I just want to say thank you, Deb. When I started here, you told me everything I needed to know. That was a lot of things, by the way. I'm still learning as the newest commissioner on this board, and it's been a pleasure to work with you. You've served the county for 50 wonderful years, and we are definitely a better place because of you. Thank you so much.
Deb, thank you for your service. Reflecting on what Angie was saying, when I was brought on board, you were there with me. You helped me get up to speed on a lot of things. Working with you has been nothing but a pleasure. I do worry that now that you're leaving, I don't know who's going to keep Don in line. So if we could call you back once in a while, that'd be great. But thank you for your service. It's been wonderful, and I wish you nothing but the best in retirement.
Yep. What can I say? Thanks for your service. Thanks for all that you've done for us. Thanks for being my punching bag multiple times throughout the last 15, 20 years. And I did some checking with legal a little bit ago. And the disputed volleyball game back in the 1990s with the clerk's office, which was awarded wrongly so to their office, we have video, and it will be watched, and we'll get that record corrected. Thanks, Deb.
Just one anecdote, Deb's story for me. She'll never remember this, but I remember it like it was yesterday. I retired from the military in 2009, and one of the first things somebody told me to do was make sure you take your retirement certificate, your DD 214. They said, take that DD 214 down to the clerk's office. and make sure they put it on file. So if you ever lose it or anything, it'll always be available to you. So I came down to the clerk's office. It was an extremely busy day. They used to be right below us down in where the public defender is today. Before that, it was the county treasurer. They kind of shared spaces with the county treasurer down there. I went in there, the place was just jumping. It was hopping. And so I was standing in line, and Deb was behind the counter, and she saw me, and she goes, "Come up here, I'll help you," you know. And she won't remember that, but I do. And that was my first experience meeting Deb Hoteling and seeing what public service looks like and what it should be. So anyways, Deb, my time in the military tells me that when you get a proclamation drafted for you, that's a big darn deal. It's almost like receiving a medal for your service. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd ask you to stand while I read this proclamation into the record. Whereas Sarpy County Clerk and Register of Deeds Deb Hoteling is retiring after 50 years of service to our community, and whereas Hoteling began her career with Sarpy County in 1976 in Motor Vehicles Division of the County Clerk's Office, and whereas Hoteling was appointed as a county clerk in 1988 and elected in 1990, beginning her tenure as a respected Sarpy County leader, and whereas Hoteling has been instrumental in implementing new services and making new improvements in her office during her more than 12 terms, and whereas among her accomplishments are modernizing the clerk's office from paper to digital, developing the Sarpy County Records Center and the foundation of the Human Resources Office, and assuming the role of the Register of Deeds to make the county government more efficient, and whereas she also added passports to the clerk's office responsibilities, a service that generates revenue for the county, and whereas the milestones she has achieved in her career is a testament to her vision, leadership, and public service, and whereas Hoteling has been honored many times for her accomplishments, including Woman of the Year, Boss of the Year, Outstanding Public Official, and therefore, the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners wishes to recognize Deb Hoteling for her leadership, extend our sincere appreciation for her 50 years of service, and wish her all the best in her retirement. Approved on the 13th of January by the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners. Let's give Deb a big hand. Now, Deb, you just sit right there, and we're going to come over. We have a little gift to give to you, and we also would like you to make some comments when we're done. And if Gary could join us, that would be great.
You're gonna go right here, I can go to the corner.
All right, that whatever works for you, that would be great. You just set it there for now.
Sorry, guys. Donna, it's been a fine meeting with you. Very much.
Yeah. And here's your framed resolution and a little card. Okay.
Thank you. The only thing I can say is, it's an honor, a privilege to serve this county. Sometimes I wasn't real sure what we were doing, but other times it kind of came through and we finished on a top note. So it's been really great to be here. I really feel I'm leading into a good leadership role for Amber. So thank you very much for your recognition.
Gary, you get it.
You are. Someday I hope to be off this thing, but we'll see. Thank you again, everybody. It's been a joy working with all of you. Well, most of you. Jim's right. He is my punching bag, but it's been fun, Jim. And I just want to let everybody know, it's still because in our young days, we used to play volleyball, we used to threaten him, and he was mayor.
And we read. So don't think that you were valid. We just need to secret.
Every time a mullet ball hit towards her, she'd duck. She's afraid to hit.
All right, I think that brings us to the commissioner's comments, but before we get to that, I've been asked to go ahead and read the board representations and committees into the record. This is for the year coming forward, starting today and till the end of the year. We'll have full board participation on the Board of Equalization, the Board of Corrections, the Leasing Corporation, the Noxious Weeds, contract negotiations, legislative and legislative testimony, speeches, media interviews, and public board representation opportunities. Serving on the Budget and Finance Committee will be Commissioner Warren and Commissioner Mixon. On the Eastern Nebraska Human Services Agency Board and Region 6 Governing Board will be myself. On the Metropolitan Area Planning Agency Board will be David Klug. On the Nebraska Association of County Officials Board, Angie Burmeister. On the Gross Sarpy Board, Gary Mixon. On the Criminal Justice Coordinating Committee, Angie Burmeister. On the Mental Health Services Committee, David Klug and Angie Burmeister. On the Sarpy Cass Department of Health and Wellness Board, Commissioner Mixon. Merit Commission, Commissioner Klug. Heartland Workforce and Solution Board will be represented by the Gross Sarpy Executive Director. On the Sarpy County and Cities Wastewater Agency Board will be Don Kelly. On the Warner Park Stadium Committee, Gary Mixon and Commissioner Warren. On the Legislative Coordinating Committee, it'll be Commissioner Burmeister and myself. Audit Committee will be Commissioner Klug. Position Review Committee will be Commissioner Burmeister and Commissioner Mixon. On the Compensation Committee will be Commissioner Klug and myself. And on the Juvenile Justice Center will be Commissioner Warren and myself. So those are the assignments in case you didn't have enough to do and that'll fill up your calendar. Okay, Commissioner's comments. We'll start with Commissioner Warren.
No comment.
Just again, Deb, a sincere thank you for all your time and effort. The passion you have for public service is obvious. The whole county is very, very blessed to have you, so thank you for all your efforts and time. Also, I just wanted to welcome the Leadership Sarpy class. Talked very briefly earlier, but I had the opportunity to go through Leadership Sarpy several years ago, which it's a wonderful program, and I want to thank Karen for everything that you do for that program. It's fantastic. It was wonderful to be a part of, and I feel blessed to have had that opportunity. So thank you, everyone, for being here.
I would just add that to Leadership Sarpy, if you all have questions for any of us, please reach out. We're open to conversation anytime.
Yeah, and just echoing Commissioner Klug and Commissioner Burmeister's comments, congratulations, Deb, on a well-earned retirement. I hope you have a wonderful time and don't think about work, okay? And I'd also like to say thanks and welcome to the Leadership Sarpy. Well, what a great group out there. I hope you guys have enjoyed your time at Sarpy County, and if you ever have any questions or concerns or get the inkling that you might want to be in an elected office someday, please reach out to any of our board members. We're happy to talk about it because we love doing this stuff. Okay, did you have anything, Bonnie?
No comments, thank you.
Okay, that brings us to the consent agenda.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Warren and a second by Klug. Any discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, I'm going to change up the agenda a little bit and move item 7.5 and 7.6 up to next. Agenda item 7.5 is resolution 2027-23, setting the salaries for the Sarpy County elected office of assessor, clerk of the district court, county attorney, clerk, register of deeds, engineer, sheriff, and treasurer commencing January 1st, 2027. Don Kelly, Commissioner. This is something that we have to do every time some office is up for election, the year preceding. We have to do it by statute by the 15th of January. So we're down to the wire. And the reason we're down to the wire is because we spent an extensive amount of time looking across the state and across the Midwest in some instances to make sure that we were setting the compensation for our elected officials at a proper amount that meets the objective of taking care of people that are taking care of Sarpy County. I mean, Sarpy County is the third largest and fastest growing county in the state. And if you want to attract great public servants into office, it's more than just a job. Compensation is part and parcel with it. These are full-time jobs that these people devote their lives to. And I think the board collectively obtained our objective in the salaries that are in the resolution. And so with that said, I'd take a motion to approve the resolution.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Warren and a second by Commissioner Klug. Any discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, number 7.6 is Resolution 2026-27, which sets the salary for the Sarpy County Board of Commissioners commencing January 1st, 2027. Bonnie Moore, Chief Administrative Officer.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. This resolution sets the salary for the county board for the next 2 years, so 2027 and 2028. It sets that salary at $41,000 for the first 2 years, and with an additional $1,000 for the chair position. There's a slight amendment to the language that was originally included in that resolution. Don has that language, and we'll read it into a motion. Are there any questions?
Motion?
I'll make that motion, but you're going to read the correction.
If I have it somewhere up here. This is it. Which part do I have to read? The whole thing?
The part in my handwriting.
Okay. Thank you. You should consider being a clerk too. You're pretty good at keeping us in line. Okay, amended. The amendment is setting the commissioner's salary at $41,000, as Bonnie mentioned, along with the $1,000 additional for the chair. That was omitted in the published version, and this motion amended will correct that. So we have a motion by Commissioner Warren on the amended language. Do we have a second?
I'll second it.
And a second by Commissioner Burmeister. Any further discussion?
Just a quick question. I'm sorry, Bonnie. So this amount would make the county commissioner's salary, what, 9th in the state? Is that, do you know off the top of your head?
I believe so. I'd have to double check the math.
Okay, so we're third largest county, but still down a ways in the amounts that the commissioners make. Is that accurate?
That's correct.
Okay.
Any other comments or questions? Okay, let's vote.
Motion passed.
All right. So we'll get back to the regular commission. We're in the planning and zoning. The first item is 6.1, public hearing and resolution 2026-18, comprehensive plan amendment to change the future land use from mixed use to medium to high density residential on a parcel located south of 156 and Giles Road. The applicant is Hubble Development Services, and Robert Lococo, our planning director, will discuss this agenda item.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We'll go through this as quickly as we can. Property, as I noted, is located southwest 156th and Giles Road, comprised approximately 20.74 acres. Note the zoning as currently a G district, located north of Wearspan Lake and Chalco Hills. First, I want to remind Mr. Chair and the commission, I'd like to take items 6.1, 6.2, and 6.3 together. I can present on all three of those at the same time. You'll want to take a vote on each of those items separately after I'm done presenting and we hear public testimony. But we won't have to do the same presentation 3 times.
That's fine. I was going to combine the zoning changes, but I left the comprehensive plan adjustment separately because it's not a zoning action, it's a plan change.
Whatever, however you feel
right.
best to proceed. Anyway, the applicant is creating a total of 4 lots. 3 would be for multifamily residential development, 1 for an existing cell tower located on the northeast portion of the property. And they are requesting to rezone the property from AG district to RG 35.
Excuse me, Robert, are you talking about the zoning now?
Yes.
Okay, well, if we're going to do that, let me go ahead and read these in, and then we'll have one public hearing and vote on them separately, okay? All right, 6.2 is Resolution 20, which rezones from AG Agricultural Farming District to RG 35, which is General Residential District and Planned Development District. So it's RG-35-PD. This is for a subdivision to be known as lots 1 through 4 of the Riva at Chalco on a parcel located southwest of 156th Street and Giles Road. The applicant is the same. 6.3 is the preliminary plat of the same subdivision to be known as lots 1 through 4 at Riva at Chalco, generally located southwest of 156. Okay, Robert, we're ready for you now.
Sure. Sorry about that. As I noted, applicant is proposing to create a total of 4 lots, 3 for multifamily residential development, 1 for an existing cell tower with the rezoning. I'll just note briefly that the commission hasn't in the past done a lot of planned developments. To our records, you have not done any. So I won't get into the specifics of what the planned development entails, but if you have additional questions, I'll hopefully create some clarity for you through this presentation. And if we need to discuss additionally, we can. And then the associated comprehensive plan amendment is to reduce the intensity of the land use designation on this site from mixed use to medium and high density residential district. Plans are showing a total of 299 multifamily residential units located in a total of 19 structures. There's a little color schematic for you. It looks a little better. What you'll note here is that they're transitioning from a low density residential type of use here along the southern and western portion of the property that's adjacent to the single family residential. Those are 3-unit townhome style buildings, and then they transition to a higher density in use as you get closer to Giles Road. Those would be 45-unit apartment buildings. There's 4 of those proposed. There are also 7 9-plexes, 4 11-plexes, and a clubhouse with swimming pool that are proposed. Access is from Giles Road. There are 2 proposed. First would be this full access interchange here at 159th, and the second would be this right in, right out interchange or intersection located kind of midpoint between 159th and 156th. First, to the comprehensive plan amendment, the mixed use land use designation requires a mixed use zoning district, which in turn actually per code requires a minimum of 2 use types. As staff was reviewing this and going through this project with the property owner, we realized that the mixed use district was not really correct for this location, especially when you consider the Meridian Marketplace mixed use commercial development that's taking off at 168th and Giles. So the reduction in the land use designation on the site would provide for more desirable types of building development. So the proposed amendment to the future land use designation of the property can be supported by staff. Now, getting into the preliminary plat, you noted the plat document earlier, and we can bring that back up again if you've got questions. They are requesting one waiver. That is for lot frontage on lot 3. That's this lot down here. And this is all right because this is being developed as a part of a planned development, so the whole thing kind of ties together developmentally. So access to that site is being provided through an easement located on both lots 1 and 2 right here. And then getting into the specifics of the plan development itself, the plan development allows for applicant to request basically exceptions to the zoning requirements, and those exceptions can be supported based on offsets to other design requirements that improve the design of the site. In this case, they're asking for 2 exceptions. The first is to decrease area per unit from 3,500 square feet to 3,000 square feet per unit. To put that into context, if they were to develop this site entirely with townhomes, as noted here, they would be able to do so at a density of 3,000 square feet per unit. With multifamily residential, that number goes up to 3,500. So we were requesting that they be allowed to develop at that slightly higher density, but no higher than if they were doing a townhome development. And then the other waiver would be, or exception would be, to increase the impervious surface from 65% to 70%. You'll note that there is substantial multifamily residential parking that's being provided throughout the site. That's kind of critical in the location and area that this is being proposed to develop at. And so we can support the increases in impervious surface for the property, provided that sufficient on-street parking is being provided as well. Going through the recommendation report that went before the Planning Commission, just a couple things to note. Trail width sidewalk is being requested on the property. Best to be demonstrated on this slide. That sidewalk is, the single-family residential neighborhood is primarily accessed at this location. So they've got a street crossing here. They've provided that sidewalk here, then across, and then to the east, to the NRD property to the east, to provide a little bit of an amenity for the single-family residential neighborhood. They've got some connectivity. A revised landscaping plan has been provided and appears to comply with landscaping regs. They are providing a landscape buffer yard located along that eastern or that western and southern property line to ensure that the multifamily residential is being separated from that single family residential as best it can be. Full color renderings have been provided. I can go through those briefly, but here's a look at the 45 unit apartment building. Some of the lower density buildings, and this is a look at the 3-unit townhome development. You'll see each unit has a 2-stall garage. This would be what's backing to the single-family residential. So you're looking at 2-story buildings adjacent to that neighborhood. There was a comment related to fire department and coordination of Knox boxes to ensure that all fire districts that might be responding to an event at this location can access the water shutoff valves as needed. And traffic impact study has been updated to include traffic counts from July of 2025. That was a request of the Planning Commission when they heard this request. As a part of the final plat submission, we are requiring that they bring in updated numbers again that include traffic counts that are taken during the school year. So that would be basically from this point until the end of the school year. They would need to incorporate those into part of the traffic study and include that submission as a part of the final plat application. And then the developer would be required to provide for any improvements that the traffic study should identify. These requests were approved by 9-0 by the Planning Commission on October 21st, 25. And as of this presentation, the Planning Department has not received any additional or new calls or inquiries into this project. So staff recommends approval of the comprehensive plan amendment from mixed use to medium to high density residential. Approval of the rezoning from AG district to RG 35 district with the plan development, and approval of the preliminary plat, lots 1 through 4 of the Riva at Chelco, along with a waiver of lot frontage for lot 3, subject to meeting the 7 conditions in the recommendation report. Staff is available for questions at this time.
Just one question, Robert. On the north entrance there, that's a right in, right out? Is that right? Or can you cut across?
This interchange or intersection,
Yeah.
here, that is a right in, right out, yes.
Okay. And that, if the road's improved to 4-lane arterial, it'll still stay that way?
Yes.
Okay. All right, anybody else have any questions? No. Okay, this is a public hearing. Would anybody like to come forward and address the board on concerns or comments on the comprehensive plan change or the rezoning and preliminary plat?
Good afternoon, Trevor Veskerna with TD2, 10836 Old Mill Road, here with the applicant Matt Weller with Hubble Development, also with Doug Kellner with TD2. I think Robert covered most of what I was planning to go over, so I'm here to help answer any questions if you have them. Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for the engineer? Okay. Anybody else want to come forward? Okay, I don't see anybody moving up to the podium, so I'll close the public hearing, and we'll start with a motion on 6.1, the comprehensive plan amendment.
Motion to approve the comp plan amendment.
Second.
Okay, motion by Warren and a second by Klug. Any further discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, item 6.2, take a motion on the rezoning.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Klug, second by Burmeister. Any further comments? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, and then the last item, 6.3, which is the preliminary plat.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, motion by Klug, second by Warren. Any discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, that takes us to the regular commission agenda. The first item is Resolution 26, Guaranteed Maximum Price Amendment to the contract for the construction manager at risk with Beckenhauer Construction, Inc. for the 1200 Golden Gate Drive Building Remodel Project, previously approved by Resolution 2025-167. Bonnie Moore.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. As a county board, you juggle many competing priorities, and in 2025, you purchased the Pinnacle Bank building with the goal of converting it to the county's new 911 center. Today marks the next step towards realizing that goal and continuing to do big things. For your consideration today is the amendment to the Beckenhauer construction contract, which establishes the guaranteed maximum price of $4.6 million for the renovation and construction of the 911 center. Construction will start later this month and finish in early 2027. When completed, the new center will create a better work environment for dispatchers and the ability to accommodate future growth. Getting to this point was done by the work of many amazing folks, including Bill Muldoon and his team, Scott Bovick, Tom Dargy, Beth Garber, Mark Albert, Renee Frankman, as well as our partners at Beckenhauer Construction and Clark and Anderson Architects. Thank you, County Board, for your vision and support of this project. Are there any questions?
Questions for Bonnie?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Warren and a second by Commissioner Klug. Any further comments?
Just a quick question. So was there an end date on I didn't see in the contract there, was there an end date on the?
A final completion date, I can get that for you, but I don't have it right here at my fingertips. I can ask Beth.
Perfect, thank you.
Beckenhauer is currently bidding out subcontractors, so once all those subcontractors are bid out, we'll have a firm completion date for you.
Okay, perfect, thanks.
Okay, before we vote, I'd just like to thank the staff for their efforts on this. We're going to have a long overdue, highly technical and well-staffed 911 service center, which is instrumental. That's the first point of entry in public safety. So looking forward to it. We're going to turn what was a bank into one of the most modern facilities in the state, and it'll serve the needs of our dispatchers and the citizens. So thanks to the staff. I'd like to thank Bill Muldoon for his leadership through all this, and looking forward to, getting it done. So it'll be exciting. Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, Resolution 2026-001, which is item 7.2, is a multi-county Buffalo, Douglas, Hall, Lancaster, and Sarpy resolution concerning common legislative priorities for the 2026 legislative session. Bonnie.
Good afternoon again, Commissioners. This resolution is for the 5 largest counties in the state. This particular resolution has been on all of the county board agendas for Buffalo, Douglas, Hall, and Lancaster, and essentially does 3 things. Just recognizes that our county boards want systemic and thoughtful property tax relief, that we would like a sustainable replacement revenue for any elimination of inheritance tax, and that just a recognition that there's been a shift in tax burdens to the county in terms of unfunded mandates. So really establishes those 3 tenets, and this is identical to the one that was passed by the other counties.
Questions or comments for Bonnie? Motion, please.
Motion to approve?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Klug, a second by Commissioner Burmeister. Any further comments or discussion? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, 7.3 is Resolution 9, award the low bid to Kidlow Construction LLC for manhole maintenance access project in the amount of $100,175. Beth Garber, Assistant County Administrator.
That's good for today. Okay. On December 17th, the purchasing department opened 6 bids for the manhole maintenance access project. The low bid is Kildow Construction in the amount of $100,175. The high bid was $167,500. The project creates access to 5 sanitary sewer manholes that are currently buried and will be completed in February, or will start in February and be completed in May.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Commissioner Warren and a second by Commissioner Klug. Any further comments? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, the news you've all been waiting for, the last agenda item.
Kill me.
The speed bump between getting on with your life and, all right, so this is 7.4, Resolution 3. It's an amendment to the interlocal agreement and Sanitary Improvement District 370 Magnolia, previously approved by Resolution 2023-254 for installation of streetlights to 186 and Highway 370. Scott Bovick, Deputy County Administrator.
I need to say first that I have to abstain from participating or voting on this matter. As an attorney at Croker Huck Law Firm, there's a potential conflict of interest as other attorneys in that firm are representing this particular SID, so I'll abstain.
Okay, no pressure, commissioners.
This is a pretty easy one. So,
okay.
Anyway, you may remember that we entered into an agreement with SID 370 to improve 180th Street from Highway 370 to Vala's Pumpkin Patch, that 3-lane road that exists there now. This development has come back. They want to put street lighting on 186th Street, which is to the west of their development. Whenever a SID wants to add to their debt or their costs, the county board has to approve that. So this interlocal agreement's in front of you to do that. So happy to answer any questions you might have.
Questions for Scott?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Commissioner Warren, second by Commissioner Klug. Any further comments? Please vote.
Motion passed.
Okay, we don't have need for an executive session today, and all agenda items have been addressed as published. The county board is adjourned. Thank you for coming.